Welcome everyone to the genesis of the head fake trading system. I plan on keeping this webinar short and concise, yet hopefully a bit entertaining. But my overall goal is to get you to think about some of the knowledge that I'm going to share with you, knowledge I gained from the greatest educator, the marketplace itself. Contrary to popular opinion, trading successfully requires much work in the form of study. Over long periods of years, I have rarely attended a social event, including strangers, that someone didn't sit next to me and after the usual pleasantries inquire, "Tom, how can I make some quick money trading the Forex market?" In my younger years, I would go through considerable pains to explain all the difficulties faced by the one who wants to take the quick and easy money out of the market. I quickly learned that it was better to be courteously evasive about the question. I did not need any more headaches at dinner parties. Presently, if anyone has the audacity to ask that question, my answer has been a blunt, "I have no clue." It is really difficult to exercise patience with these people. In the first place, the inquiry is not a compliment to me. I have toiled an unmeasurable amount of hours to make a scientific study of trading. It would be as fair for me to ask an attorney or a surgeon, and those are generally the people asking me the question, "Hey, how can I make some quick money in law or in surgery?" However, I have found that there are a special group of people like you, that are willing to work and study to attain sensible results if they had a guide pointing them in the correct direction. Hi, my name is Tom Strignano Alongi. For those of you that know me, I want to bid you a good hello. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a retired chief foreign exchange trader with over 20 years trading experience in speculative markets. In my 2 decades of trading markets, I have learned many valuable lessons, and some of which I'm going to share with you today. The technique that I'm about to discuss with you was developed over 17 years ago. It has been traded by many professional traders in a plethora of speculative markets such as hogs, cattle, gold, silver, and of course, foreign exchange. This technique is called the head fake trade. I am a firm believer that a trader cannot trade a system effectively if he or she does not fully understand the system they are employing in the market. Obviously, the system must be effective in the first place. The head fake has been extremely effective in extracting pips from many diverse marketplaces in all different time frames, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly, and it has withstood the ultimate test, the test of time. Why do I think it will continue to be effective from now to eternity? Because the markets don't change. The pockets change. That's the people that make the money. They change. The suckers change. That's the people that think it's an easy get-rich-quick scheme. The currencies of favor change, but the markets never change because human nature never changes. It's run with fear and greed. With that said, let's get on to one of the primary pieces of this subject matter that you need to understand. What was the genesis of this trade setup, of the head fake itself? How did it come about? Well, back in the 1990s, the proprietary desk that I was running at Casa Esperimento Torino had devised a trading system that was based on a secondary trendline break, a trendline of higher value. We basically had this trade set up where if a price movement experienced a penetration of a Fibonacci price zone of 38.2%, it was time to enter a trade. We had used this trading system on 1 hour, 4-hour charts, and it was giving us some good profits, low risk, high reward trades, until finally we set it up on a daily against a weekly time frame. It was a trade that I was waiting for weeks to happen. And when the trade finally set up, I thought that I was going to be given my profit for the year. Everything lined up perfectly. As the trade went off and it got executed in the marketplace, it kind of meandered about a little bit, and then it started going into the money. And I was giving, high fives to my fellow traders, really whooping it up. I was counting my bonus. I thought my bonus was going to be coming early that year. I was spending the money in my head. I had on this day elevated myself to Master of the Universe status. Now, on the lower left-hand side, you'll see me as Master of the Universe. That's a recent photo of me when I went down to the Bahamas to do a little bit of gambling. When I looked at that shot, it reminded me of this particular day when I actually thought that I was Master of the Universe. It was at this very moment that the market gave me a humbling blow. Everything reversed, and in the worst way that it could. All my brokers, voice brokers at the time, fell silent for probably about 30 seconds. It felt like 2 days. When they came back to life quoting prices, I had hoped I was still in the money large. My intuition told me otherwise, and was confirmed as I gazed at my CQG chart screen. It updated and showed an enormous spike up in price. Now, fortunately for me, I did have a money management contingency plan in place for my stop loss. Not one of my best. As my stop was executed, it evaporated all my month's profit in about 6 minutes. As I reflected back on just how 12 minutes before I was in a state of elation, and now I felt completely punch drunk. I had a ringing in my ears, and they felt flushed and hot. I was really dumbfounded and pissed off. How could this happen? What caused the reversal in price? Answer: more buyers than sellers, obviously. I had actually wrote in my trade journal, I don't give a blank what caused this. I just want an early warning sign if this could ever occur again. You see, the market operates impartially and takes absolutely no prisoners. Despite all your confidence and intentions to trade successfully, you must be prepared to accept the verdict of the marketplace. In other words, at such times as these, you must ignore personal opinion and apply strict attention to the action of price in the market. Markets are never wrong. Opinions often are. This experience forced myself and my team to evaluate this trading system in order to learn from the experience and be better prepared for something like this the next time. Now, what I found out was the system was lacking in several areas. 1, it relied on an indicator that attempted to identify price levels of neutral market conditions, not at price exhaustion or at price extreme levels. 2, I was reading and reacting off of price after it confirmed its intention. However, I had no way to gauge what the full intention of the move was. The safest place to trade was before the intention was so pronounced. Get in the train before it moves. The most effective and valuable approach is the development of systems that generate buy and sell signals at potential price extremes. To trade successfully, one must form an opinion and be given an objective clue from the market as to what the next move of importance will be. The final, most valuable lesson was that while deconstructing the system, the design was flawed from the beginning. It was designed to attempt to capture every move up and down. It at times gave conflicting signals. I had to make the ultimate decision on what to ignore and what to go with. I had learned that discretionary decisions, or trading hunches, guesses in effect, may prove profitable on occasion, but how do you qualify and duplicate the decision-making process in the future? Answer is, you cannot. Revelation. You cannot be able to catch every move. And money, you cannot, there's many moves in the marketplace that are meaningless, completely meaningless. You can beat a horse race, but you can't beat the races. As so it is with trading operations. There are times when money can be made, but money cannot be made consistently through trading from going square to square. In other words, you can't just aimlessly go into the marketplace and not have specific levels at which you want to get involved. However, fantastic money can be made daily or weekly if you employ the correct technique, as that technique will force you on the sidelines when there's no trade that's set up. The discovery of these flaws in my system led me to one pattern that has become so famous, the head fake trade. It forced me to wait and become proactionary instead of reactionary. The discovery of the head fake setup was one of the catalysts to help me keep my powder dry and only enter the war when I held a significant advantage over my opponent. I hope that this small little webinar got your creative juices flowing. And I'm going to tell you, you can make it in Forex, and you can build the retirement money that you need to live the life of your dreams. Now, I want you to stay tuned. In the next webinar, I'm going to give my take on the good old Bilderberg Group and the so-called Illuminati, and how they rig the markets in their favor from the beginning. And we're going to give you little clues on how we can beat them and play by playing their own game. Till then, I bid you all good health and profitable trading. Cheers, your friend, Tom.